don't you think African fashion is beautiful? Why fashion? For me, it's not just about showcasing. And like I said when I was giving my speech, it is beyond fashion and also preserving our cultural identity, who we are. Because our fashion tells our stories. When our designers come on the runway, when they come to the exhibition, they bring a lot of things that represents their culture. So that way, the world gets to know about us through fashion. So we have 3 days. Day 1 is for emerging designers, where you're going to see a lot of streetwear for young, the Gen Zs and all of that. And then day 2, we're going to have the more established, mature kind of brands like what I'm wearing. And then on day 3 is the majesty of African fashion, where we have brands like Ogoboye, who's going to show an audio of different inspired collection. So it just cuts across all ages, from the Gen Zs to the mature royal crowd.
Okay, so in your speech with the conference, you mentioned awesome royal fathers walking. Should we be expecting the onion event?
I didn't say royal fathers walking the runway. I said attending. He's going to be doing it again this year. Or he's a firm supporter of Made in Nigeria. Everything my husband wears is made in Nigeria. His crowns, his beads, even his jewelry, his shoes, his bakaja. Everything is made in Nigeria.
So, Mr. Dallas, what makes this year fashion different from every one episode?
It's our 10th anniversary, so it's obviously going to be bigger and better than previous years. It cuts across 3 days, starting with the summit, an emerging designers competition, where the winner gets to showcase, is sponsored to showcase at Africa Fashion Week London next year. On day 2, we have designers coming from different parts of Africa, the African continent, coming to show in Lagos, the fashion capital of Africa. And then day 3 is the majesty of African fashion. So that's what we have.
African fashion in Nigeria. What inspired the creation of it? What was it like at inception?
So the inception actually started in London when we had the Africa Fashion Week London in 2011. But it gave birth to Africa Fashion Week Nigeria because we discovered that there were so many talented designers in Nigeria and in Africa that could not afford traveling to the UK to showcase, because obviously when they have to travel to the UK to showcase and they don't have any sponsors, they have to look at flight tickets, putting their collection together, the logistics of all of that. They could not afford it, but they were equally talented as those who were showcasing at Africa Fashion Week London. So it was born out of that urgent need to create a platform for you, a local platform where they could showcase and bring out their creativity.
So what do you think our government would have done better to grow our fashion?
I think, I don't think it's what the government could have done better. It's what the government can do now, understanding the value chain of the fashion industry. For a long time, the fashion industry was undermined. Everybody thought, I'd always loved fashion when I was growing up, but then telling my parents that, I wanted to be a fashion designer was a no-go area. You either had to become a doctor or a lawyer. So I chose to study law. But then after my law degree in London, I went straight into the business of fashion, because that's what I do. I'm not a fashion designer, I'm not a creative, but I provide a platform where designers can bring out their creativity. Because for creativity to grow, there must be a platform that supports its growth. You can't have something beautiful and hide it in the corner of your house. Nobody is going to see it. So you must bring it out to the public. And because our designers are so engrossed with their creativity, sometimes they forget the business side of their creativity. And you need that business side to sustain your passion. Because if you don't have the business to sustain what you do, after a while your passion will just, you'll get tired, you get fed up. And that is what Africa Fashion Week Nigeria is all about, ensuring that we create that sustainable living for our designers.
What's the others in your fashion designer who are looking forward
And for me, I would say there's a due process. Start locally, focus on your creativity, collaborate as much as you can, because collaboration as well is the new norm. Collaborate with media, collaborate with content creators, collaborate because you might not have all the money that you need to start your brand. But look for people, for me, I say it's better to have 10% of billions than have 100% of nothing. So, reach out, collaborate. I'm sure you would have friends who are good in content creations, who are good at, putting business plans together. You can offer them 2%, 5% of your company, and you all grow together. Collaboration is very important, and that was what helped me at Africa Fashion Week London when I started in 2011. It was the power of collaboration that has, helped me up until today.
What's your expectation of this?
Come and see, come and experience, come and experience the majesty of African fashion. For the first time, we're putting, royal regalia, collections inspired by kings on the runway. So come and witness it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.